So what does the mailroom show mean to you?
What does the mailroom show mean to me? I think simply, man, brotherhood. I remember, I remember when me and my brothers, we were just sitting, having the night out, just kicking it, man, and we came up with this idea. It wasn't exactly to go straight to YouTube or anything like that. It just started off as let's just post our videos on Facebook and see the response. And so that idea lasted years. We didn't do nothing. And then one summer, about 4 years ago, we was like, you know what? Let's get it done.
We used to do this all the time in the round tables. You know what I'm saying? Me, you, Rollo, and we used to have these in the round tables where we just spit authentically. You know, let things out, sharpen our mindset about what we think is going on when it comes to relationships or things of that nature, and the dating scene and all that kind of stuff, and all the stuff that we observed. And then all of a sudden, it grew into this. You know what I'm saying? It grew into something that other people can glean from, and we've also experienced other people gleaning from it. And so the Mailroom Show to me is that it's that platform. It allows us to speak authentically and unapologetically as well. We don't hold back. We don't try to say things just to tickle somebody else's fancy. We actually just keep it a buck.
How was the last season to you? Season 3. How did it go?
How was season 3 to me? How did it go? Man, season 3 was a blast, dude. Like, we had so much fun in season 3. We even when we had Mailroom After Dark, that was fun. And shout out to my man, Big Cal Games. He came through on that boy with us, you know what I'm saying, along with other ladies on the platform. But it's like season 3 was fun, and it was also like we had to press a little bit too at the same time, because things happened personally, and also, you know, we had to kind of show that tenacity a little bit. But other people would have never known whatever we was going through, and that was something that I was very, very proud of, is the fact that people saw us coming on every Sunday, whether it was one of us off or all of us together, and they didn't ask no questions. It was almost like nothing ever happened. It ran smoothly. Season 3 was on point.
So it was just progress, man. Like, season 3 was progress. Season 3 was growth, and we tried some different things. We went to iHeart. We started doing that, and we just got more in tune with what type of show we wanted to have, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. I think I can speak for me and my brothers personally. It was a tough year for all of us, but we all made it through. So season 3 was just progress.
And also, I'm very, very proud of the growth that we experienced in season 3, not just from a YouTube channel standpoint, but also as men. Like, we all grew as men, dog. Like, we definitely kept our level head as men, and we sharpened each other as much as we could. And so I personally think, honestly, man, that season 3 helped us to get closer than what we were before. So I appreciate season 3. Season 3 is that your favorite child, even though you know you shouldn't have one, but season 3 your favorite child, though. That's my favorite child right there, man. Season 3, bro.
All right. What are you looking forward to in season 4?
I'm looking forward to our best season thus far. Me and my brothers, we got some stuff cooking. I'm looking forward to seeing all of our loyal viewers. I'm just excited to get back with it, man.
What I'm looking forward to in season 4, man, I'm looking forward to healthy conversation. That's all I'm looking forward to, dog. Look, man, season 4 about to be different. Like, people don't know that season 4 about to be different. I'm looking forward to season 4 being one of the most mentally challenging show seasons ever. You know what I'm saying? That we've ever had. I think we're going to challenge a lot of minds, but I also think that it's going to be informatively funny. Like, it's going to have some fun to it, but it's also going to be informing, which would help people to go back into like what happened, what we talked about, and how they can retain that information. And hopefully we could change. Hopefully we could challenge the mind to the point where it will cause people to kind of do things a little bit differently than they normally would. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy with what we've been talking about in our meetings, and I think our viewers are really going to enjoy this season. The little twists we put here and there, the things that we're coming up with to make the show better. So I'm just looking forward to getting back with my brothers and getting back with our viewers, man, and getting to work. So it's gonna be dope, man. Let's get it.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to season 4 of the MALEROOM Show. Gotta introduce the crew real quick though. We got my man Rollo. Then we got JP the Ain't nothing changed. I'm still your boy Tay Biz, and I love to make this beat drop. Let's go. My Kendrick. Let's go. I'm not ready for this. Welcome. Season 4 of the MALEROOM Show is in the building. We are back in full effect, man. What's going on, fellas?
We in there. What up, brethren?
Man, it's been a minute. It's been a long time since I left you. Not a dope beat to step to. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we getting started. We got a few people in the chat. All right,
Let's
we
see what's
got
popping
Chill in the
chat,
building.
man.
The mods
Let's see
is
what's
back in the
popping.
building. I'm so happy that y'all are back. Season 4. Let's go.
Hey, shout
That's
out,
what I'm talking about.
shout out to the mods for real, man. They've been holding
For
us
sure,
down
man.
since day one.
For
Holding us
sure.
down since day one.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
By Alicia J saying, welcome back. Welcome back,
Thank you.
fellas. Welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome.
thank you, thank you.
I know she mean welcome. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Sean Tillman in the building saying, welcome back. Appreciate it. Shamika Price is in the building too saying, hey, everyone. Happy to see y'all back. Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Yes, absolutely. Yo, we about to go ahead and get it in and get it popping. As we always do. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. We still got some time for the funny, all right? We still got some time for the funny. Let's get the funny. Let's go ahead. Ain't nothing changed, dog. Look.
Ain't nothing different.
This is what we got to do, though. Before we get to the funny, man, what I would like to do is all of us hold up our salute real quick, if you can. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Jay? Yeah, hold up. You on mute, Jay. You on mute, by the way. There you go.
Got you.
All right. We are saluting our fallen soldiers, man. All right. Real talk. So let me get this in for you real quick. Oh no. Oh no. Oh Yo,
no. Oh no.
Sorry, man.
First of all, you never use a roller chair to help you down anything.
Never, dog. You never do that.
That's just rule number one.
Oh God. Oh my God, bro. Oh man, bro. My man who fell to the truck though. And old girl, she hit the door. She hit the ring doorbell. So scam, bro.
That solo one, out like someone hanging out of a car. That was like slow motion. Like you seen what you were about to run into.
Exactly, dog. Exactly.
I didn't understand.
Man, Rollo, it's on you, dog. I gotta give it to you, man.
Hey, it's so good to be back, man. Shout out to Tay Biz for the funny, man. And if y'all don't remember, me and Jay never see the funny before the show, so we just be as surprised as y'all. So that was a great way to come back.
For sure.
Hey, I don't even know what to say right now, except for just thank y'all for rocking with us. Sorry for the long layoff. To all of our loyal viewers who have been here since day one, it's great that y'all are back here with us. And if you are new, welcome to the Mailroom Network, man. And we're going to get this kicked off the right way, man. Hold your drinks up, your water, your beverage of choice. We are going to do the ceremonial toast, especially for this start to this season, man. We know we've been gone from y'all for a while, but just thank y'all for walking with us, man. With that being said, fellas, God damn it, as we
embark
on another round table that has turned into the Mailroom Show. Season what, fellas? Season what?
4.
Season 4. Let us never ever forget the foundation that is our Trinity.
Salute, man. Salute, man.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
I don't know, fellas, man. Y'all just wanna dive in? Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah, man. I'm ready.
Let's get with it, man. All right, man. Again, just thank y'all so much for being here, man. And we're gonna rock, man. Thank y'all so much for joining us for the premiere episode of season 4. We're gonna start it off like this, all right? Our first topic of the day, fellas. This is a good one. We coming at y'all today. Just everybody watching, we coming at y'all. It's gonna be a good one. Is there an unspoken rule of exclusivity to having a friends with benefits relationship? Is there an unspoken rule to exclusivity to having a friends with benefits relationship? God dang.
Man, you want to make another toast?
I think, you know, hey, just we might, whatever. If you have an adult beverage, go ahead and toast up, because this one is deep.
Yeah, this is a deep one for sure.
Boozy, start us off, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm spearheading season 4 like that, man.
Let's go.
That's what it is. All right.
Yep.
Is there an unspoken rule to exclusivity in a friends of benefits relationship? All right, so let's break that down, right? We got to do it old mailroom style and take it subject and predicate and try to figure out what the hell we talking about, all right? All right, so friends of benefits, we all should have a gist of what that is. And it's probably in what that phrase means is how you get your answer. But friends of benefits is basically, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, on pawn agreement, though. That's two partners coming to an agreement that it is only platonic, but yet you have physical benefits between each other.
Correct.
However, in that agreement, there's usually no exclusivity. Matter of fact, that is the reason the agreement even exists, is because of the fact that both partners are saying that they don't want to have any exclusivity. So that's part of the answer. So that is the answer, but that's not always used. Because of the fact that friends and benefits is such a tight line, what people usually do, unfortunately, is input their feelings in this type of scenario. And that is illegal as hell. Like, like to bring your feelings to a friends and benefits situation, it's totally illegal, man. Like it should be. You should be taken somewhere and handcuffed, like, because you're out of your correct mind to try to put like feelings into a friends and benefits scenario. But we're human though, right? And the more emotional beings that we are going to tend to have some type of connection with the person that we're being physical with. So I think that people tend to try to input this exclusivity rule by saying that it's just a known unspoken rule. And that's the reason why the question. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because we have this connection, you should automatically know that you shouldn't be doing this with anybody else. That's the thing that people usually try to hook you with, right? And unfortunately, it's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's just not true at all. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that, you know, when you have levels of dating, you know what I'm saying, especially upon agreement, let's not forget that part. Upon agreement, that means you actually consented to this idea, right? And so when you have a consent to this idea, like, you can't makeshift it on your end only. You know what I mean? Right. People have a tendency to do that. Like, I need you to protect my jealousy all of a sudden. But we're in a contract zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we're talking about feelings in a contract zone? You know what I'm saying? But some people think that, like, you know, because so they tie it to, like, some people believe in that when you get physical with, they usually want to have one partner at a time. And that's fair. That is fair. Right?
And safe.
We don't have one part. Right, and safe, right? But some individuals, because they have that self-rule, try to put it on that contract. And that's where it becomes out of bounds. So that's my start-off point for that, to me. I think, no, there is no unspoken rule in it. I think people place it in there for their own insecurities. And that's not fair, because it's usually done on a one-sided basis.
Yeah. Hey, anybody in the chat, if you've been in a friends with benefits relationship, holler at your boys, let us know. Jay, I pretty much agree with everything you said, and I'm gonna tap into it a little bit more later, but um, yeah, the commonality of the downfall is the emotions that come into it later. I think, um, and just to be frank, and it normally comes from the women, in the situations I've heard, but that's where the communication has to be key. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I've heard it come from men too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did too.
It's happened with men too, but just from the situations I've known of is normally the women who kind of maybe sometime flip the script, and you have a right to feel how you feel, but yeah, busy.
Yeah.
It's a setup for a setback. It's a setup for a setback. This whole friends with benefits. This whole thing. Is there an unspoken rule? There is not, and I agree with Jay with the answer that rules are placed in an unspoken way by one. It usually comes from one side of the two.
Correct.
Either the guy or the girl, either one. Somebody's agreeing to this type of type of relationship, and normally the person who brings it up and offers the opportunity for this, normally they're the ones with the feelings in the first place. They don't tell you that until you get deeper into the platonic versus physical part, where it gets muddy. The waters are already muddy with the type of relationship that it is already. So in the mind of one of the individuals out of the two, that person's mind, they're thinking like, okay, since we are friends with benefits and we are going to stay platonic friends with benefits. In other words, if we go out on dates or whatever, that's cool, but we're not getting together in relationship. We just got the physical stuff. We do whatever. Without the fact that it has no structure to it at all is already dangerous. And again, the person who is bringing it up most of the time has the feelings, and they're all over the place with their feelings. And then what'll happen in some cases, what will happen is the physical part outweighs the friend part. The benefit outweighs the friend part, because that's all y'all do is get together and do the smackdown. And then the person with the feelings will bring it. Yeah, the person with the feelings will bring it up and be like, all you want to do is have sex. And it's like, well, you keep having sex with me. And that's all you want to. You brought it up in the first place. I wasn't even checking for you like that, right? And so now all of a sudden it's like this is where you discover the unspoken rule, when somebody feelings get involved heavily, which lets you know that before this even started, the feeling was already there. You're just catching up to what they already was feeling.
Yeah.
And the problem is the person who is on the opposite end is receiving all of this. They're trying to figure out, they act oblivious too. Like, why do you have feelings like this? What is going on? How is a person not going to have feelings involved though? That's a question within this whole thing. How does one of the two, how does two people mutually don't have any feelings involved at all? That's a rare part of friends with benefits that normally don't happen. Right. Normally, like Rollo just said, and on a common basis, one person is going to get feelings. And for the sake of one of the two, friends or the benefit part, for the sake of one of those things, they will suppress their feelings just to keep you around in hopes that your feelings change. So that way you can have something a little bit more deeper with them outside of just having sex, even though they agree to it. I think the whole entire contract of that is a shamble. It's a shamble, and we all experience some shambles, man. Real talk. Yeah. It's a shamble of an agreement, I think. So
yeah, very rarely, man, it'd be like a mutual thing, though. To be honest,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did say mutual agreement before, but the proposal of it is usually come from desperate measures, and I have to agree with that, man.
Yeah,
it's usually coming from desperate measures because you're trying not to let go of whatever type of attention that you're getting from the person that you desire. So you try to keep them in some type of avenue, and usually that avenue is just, you know what I'm saying, platonic sex. You know what I'm saying? And it just end up to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean, like everybody wants that in life. So it's like, it's just a thing just to fall back on. But you're right about that. I agree with that, man. Like, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, there are emotions there, and they usually suppress getting to that desperate maneuver, and they come out when, you know what I'm saying, when after time that they just can't hold it no more. They be like, what are we gonna be other than this? And you be like, wait a minute, this is what we are. What are you talking about? That's all it is.
Right.
That's what you agreed to. Totally forget about that part. Like, that's what you agreed to. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I agree, man.
That was a brave. Yeah, that was a brave. Come on, let's read that real quick though. Let's dive into this.
Yeah.
I've had a friend with beneficial. Oh, go ahead, Busy. You got it.
Go ahead, Rollo.
I've had a friends with beneficial relationship, and it ended because I caught feelings that person wasn't feeling the same and only wanted me for that one thing. So I ended it. I was looking for more. First of all, shout out to Shamika Price for expressing that, because that's
exactly
honest.
That's
very very courageous.
That's real. And this is why I think I'm glad we decided to talk about this. I'm sure we would have talked. This would have been a dope topic on any show, but I'm glad we're doing it on the first one in particular. I think so. And fellas, if y'all feel this way, or if y'all think about this, do y'all think that sometime in the agreement, or lack thereof, subconsciously that people make, is this people's last chance to stay attached to that person? Because they are. I mean, if a person is not going to be what you want them to be, as far as wanting to be with them. You know what I mean? If you get to the point where you're talking about this, I feel that there's been a conversation had already about where y'all at. But the physical has already happened. So now one person, okay, this is the only way I can stay attached to you. I'm physically attracted to you. I'm with it. So is that where the problems come in? Because it's their last ditch effort to stay attached to this person.
I mean, it could be, but I think a problem already started before that even happened. Like the comment we just saw from Shamika Price, and again, shout out to Shamika for being like transparent or honest about a situation that she had before. But the last part is the confusing part. I was looking for more. Okay, if you were looking for more, and I'm just saying, that means that you have to present that ahead of getting involved in something like that. So I think by the time a person is, especially if they're talking to somebody and they know like the only way they're gonna really get that type of a connection with them is through the physical, they already put the looking for more part, or wanting more, or wanting a real relationship connection with someone. They already shelved that. And they shelved it because they don't believe it's going to happen, probably, or for the fact of maybe I could use friends with benefits as a way for me to get close and get the relationship that I'm looking for. But it started off with just SmackDown activity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is like you've already shown the person that you're not looking for anything but this. You can't look for more later after you done committed to the friends with benefits idea. This is where the confusion from the other person. That's what they're like. Why are you tripping this way? Why are you getting feelings involved? We said we just doing friends with benefits. They holding you accountable to what you agreed to. You getting upset with them about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you look for more, or if you're looking for something, do you have to show that ahead of time? And if that person is not reciprocating that they're looking for the same thing that you're actually looking for, then that person's just not for you.
And say, can lines get blurred? Can lines get blurred when you're spending time with somebody, and then you like naturally the physical part happens, and then later on after y'all done did this and spent some time, then a person kind of like let you know, okay, this is really what I'm feeling. This has been cool, but this is really how I'm feeling. Can the lines get blurred in that situation, like where the communication comes at a certain point? after maybe it should have came earlier, but nobody really was putting anything out there as far as discussing what was going on, but just the energy and the vibe which was going, and then the truth.
And then it leads to something else.
Yeah, the truth got presented later. Yeah.
I mean, sex always blur lines, man. Yeah. I mean, that's the truth of it. Sex always blur the lines, man. So when sex get involved, even if you're in a moment of having this natural vibe and energy and connection that you're speaking of, as soon as because sex opens you up, it exposes you to vulnerability at a level that is for relationship in that sense, like for actual commitment relationship. So the sex always blur the line. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why you can't use sex to get a relationship. Exactly. This is why friends with benefits don't work. There's probably a 3% success rate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so this is why friends with benefits don't work. It's because sex will always blur lines, because there's a level of vulnerability in sex that's only for those two people. And then the idea that you're going to experience, the idea that you're going to share that vulnerability with me and with somebody else too. So if a person don't know how to compartmentalize this, okay, which is already close to non-human. If you cannot compartmentalize this, then you're already you should not even be doing it, because it don't work for you. You're not cut like that. You're not from that cloth. You know what I'm saying?
And then they'll push it back on the fact that they weren't aware, which is also criminal.
That's why you say later on, all of a sudden you get this conversation out of nowhere, like, well, I caught feelings, and like you was gonna catch feelings anyway.
Let's break this wide open. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The reason why this becomes an issue the most to me, but I think this is the number one reason, is because we do stuff other than the benefit that we agreed to. That's the reason why. Why the hell are we going out bowling?
Right.
Why are we going to the movies? What are we going to concerts for? See, this is what blurs the lines.
Yep.
I understand this with friends. You're trying to butter up the scenario of the benefit at the end of the night. But all those intricacies, that's what makes it blurred. If we just go in and do our own thing, then we can just call it a day, dap, high five, and call it a day. That's what if we stay into because the benefit is just if you think about it as a settlement of solo benefit and restriction, that's all that friends with benefits is. It's a settlement of solo benefit and restriction. The solo benefit is sex. That's usually what it is. That's people put cream and sprinkles all on that by dating for some reason, but that's not the agreement. You know what I'm saying? The agreement is the benefit, which is the sex usually. It's the physicality of it all. That's all it is. The intimacy, period. That's all it is. But people add stuff to it. So if you think of it as a settlement, the solo benefit is that. You should keep it that way. Or you can't play that game. Because of the second part, which is the restriction part. The restriction is the part that people can't do. It's one thing to understand their restriction. It's another one to understand yours. Jay, that's two different things.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big facts. And I love what you said about the whole dating and hanging out part. What if two people who have, like a male and a female, they've been friends for a long time and they have disagreement? Does it change the hanging out shit?
What if they say that one more time?
What if they like being cool already? Like they've been friends for a while and they realize, I'm physically attracted to you, you're physically attracted to me. Does that change that hangout part?
And I think it's a road of disaster for me because, okay, you're friends already and y'all doing that, but what is the reason of the friends with benefits if y'all friends already? Is it because of the fact y'all can't agree to be in a relationship? See, that's the thing. Like, a lot of the problems comes from the individuals, not the idea. See, the idea is fine. Let's get that straight. The idea is okay. It's the people that can't play it.
Yeah.
There are some people that can play this game. If you can't play it, don't play it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes you have to realize that you can't play it. And that is innocent. That is fine. Just like what Shamika was saying, right? She was having, she already agreed to it, but she got feelings as time went on about the person. See, now you had to start to realize that you were coming out of your own said restriction. So you have to realize about yourself. Be honest with that and be like, look, I'm growing feelings. The other person might be like, nah, this ain't happening, right? But that's your own merit. That's your thing, because that's what you agreed to. You want to have to catch what you agreed to. If they be like, nah, then that's just you biting the bullet. That's the end of it. You can't get mad at them for you going over your restriction. It's okay for you to know theirs, like they're not they're not thinking about a relationship, but you have to remember that you can't do relationship-ish. And that's the hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no cuddling.
No. That's what. Nah.
Get off me.
Just being real, man. Get off me, man. There's no cuddling.
It's hot.
We could be cool. Like, we could be cordial, but there's none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
That's facts, dog.
Facts. Y'all want to make one? Anybody want to make a last point on this one?
No, I think Jay summed it up, man. I mean, look, man, we smacking down. That's it. I ain't about to give you roses after the SmackDown. If that's what we doing, that's why I said the sex blurs the lines. Also, with accompanied with what Jay said about putting all of the dating part into it. Like, you can't mix it up. You can't turn friends and with benefits into a relationship. If you can't turn, like you say, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You can't turn friends with benefits to a commitment. You just can't do it. So stop trying to do that. If you're going to be intentional with yourself, it's your response. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Forest fires. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man.
Like, why did he like me? No, why did you let it get this far? Man, I gave her everything I had, bro, and she still wouldn't feel me. Why you give her everything you had? And she gave you nothing. Zero. A donut. A flat tire.
Right, man.
Like, why are you investing like into something that has it's not going anywhere? So then when you get deep into it, you find out later on, if around find out. Then you be like, dang.
If y'all was friends and y'all just add the benefits and then y'all trying to remove the benefits from anyway, going up or down, was y'all really friends?
Valid point. Shout out to the brothers.
If y'all were friends in the beginning, and then y'all added benefits and tried to go to a relationship or come out of benefits, was y'all really friends?
Shout out to the brothers, man. First topic, season 4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank y'all for being here. Episode number 1. If you missed any of the first topic, don't worry. Catch us on our YouTube channel because that was a good one. But we're gonna run it down later. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into a new segment of the Mailroom Show. Busy. Let's get into Unpopular Opinion. This is Unpopular Opinion, our new segment for season 4, man. This is something new that we're trying. I think it's gonna be dope. And our boy JB is gonna start us off with the first Unpopular Opinions of season 4. Let's go.
I'll do my part. I'll do my first one. You know what I'm saying? Whoever doing it, then y'all give me y'all the idea of it, okay? First. All right? I'm gonna spit it. Unpopular opinion. I heard this on the internet, I'll just say. A couple of videos, you know what I'm saying? 70% of the issues in relationships are not solvable. 70% of the issues that you have in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, just quarrels, are not solvable.
70%.
The answer in the video, just give us an insight. The answer in the video, they were saying that this is true, but, you know what I'm saying, being the two people that you are in a relationship, you should be able to have the willingness to overcome for the love of the other person. That's basically what they were saying. What do y'all think?
A bullshit?
A
bullshit? A bullshit.
That's loaded.
A bullshit.
That's what I say, man. This is That is so
Wait,
much.
Cap.
That's a load of garbage.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
Look.
70% of issues are not.
You can solve issues in a relationship by utilizing a practice, a tool that we were all taught in school. It's called effective communication. One of the things about effective communication is being clear, concise about what it is that you are communicating. All right. The issue is that people don't want problems solved in relationships. Sometimes they want you to fix it. So I remember so for instance, if you're in a relationship and the guy likes to go hang out at a bar and your lady is at the crib and she's like, well, I need you to stop going to the bar because every time you go to the bar, it makes me think that you're cheating on me because the last guy that I was with, he cheated on me. So now you got to fix her insecurity about cheating by not going out like you normally would. Mm-hmm. That's not solving the problem because you're going to think that in a different scenario.
Okay.
You're going to think that in a different scenario. So the problem isn't solved. It's in remission, but it's not solved because if you're going to do something else that's going to trigger this person to have that same feeling that they had when you went to the bar. Now, if you go to the gym, they're going to have the same insecure feeling. You can't fix that. Those are not, I can't solve that problem. Only you can. It's a relationship. You have to have a level of accountability in the relationship in order to resolve issues. This is the reason why this is the relationship. You got to have some type of ability to communicate properly and effectively so that way you can resolve the issue. If the issue is related to the relationship, if the issue is related to you and your inability to have any type of confidence within yourself, to not be jealous, to not be crazy about stuff and all that, then that is a you issue. So 70% of the problems in relationships be a you issue. They make it be like, oh, it's not solvable. You don't want to solve your own problem and you bringing that problem to the relationship and you want me to fix it. Right. Because your last relationship, you was on some bull jive and you didn't take you went through this healing journey and you had all these affirmations on your Facebook and you still jealous when a man do his own thing and be an individual. Yeah. Now you saying that it's not solvable? No, you want me to fix you. You can communicate effectively and you'll be able to resolve issues that's related to the relationship, like finances. All you got to do is communicate about finances. Come to an agreement about how you're going to handle your finances together in a relationship. That's a solvable issue. But if one person has a drinking problem that causes the issues of the household for the finances to be decrepit in the crib, that's that person's issue. You can't fix that. That's facts. Then you're gonna say, "Oh, this is not solvable because you're too lazy to fix it. Solve your own problem." I can't do that. You can't lay that type of responsibility on somebody in a relationship and blame them and use them as a scapegoat to be like, the reason why I can't get myself together in this relationship is because of what you be doing. When what you're doing is being an individual yourself, you're just doing your own thing. Yeah. So I don't think it's these issues in relationship. I think they are solvable. People, we have gotten to we are socially lazy, bro. We have gotten to this point where we do not want to communicate with each other effectively because it's going to challenge you. And it's going to challenge your mindset. It's going to challenge your way of thinking when you're with someone. This person is telling you what's going on, or you're having this conversation about something that's going on in the relationship. And now you have to come to the realization to say, hey, maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I need to fix this issue. Okay, I need to go somewhere to get some help to fix this issue that I have, whether it be therapy, whether it be church, whether it be the moms, whether it be wherever you go. All right? But don't come to me trying to fix you. I can't fix you. I can't make you happy. You have to create your own happiness. The reason why you can't be happy is because you're too selfish. Because happiness is a giving, it's an exchange of something. When you're happy, you're a giver. When you're happy, when you're miserable, you want everything. You want more company, you want more money, you want more sex, you want more drink. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not good with you. So you try to find all these things to put a band-aid on what the real problem is. And then you want to say 70% of the issues in relationship are not solvable. Yeah, that's bull. Most of that is one-sided. You are on some bull right now. It's not the relationship that's the issue. It's you. Then you want to say the relationship is a problem. Remember this one time we did Coffee Conversation, and the last season of Coffee Conversation, the last episode, that lady was like, she went to the gym, and the dude was like, "Are you happy?" And she was like, "No, I'm not happy in my marriage right now," because they had an issue, a little argument or something like that. But you don't have.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Why would you say you're not happy in your marriage because you had one issue that created an argument? So your marriage is all of a sudden not happy. Really? That don't even make that. That's the same thing as saying 70% of the problems are not solvable. That's bull. It's you, and then you're blaming the relationship for you. Then you want to make a statistic like 70% is not solvable. That's my take.
Rob, you got something to add to that, bro? I introduced.
All right, let me go ahead and check my message.
All right. While he cooking, I guess I'll check my messages on my phone. He's sizzling in here.
But no, this
is a bocce restaurant we in right now.
You know what I'm saying? Just to add a little bit to what Tay was saying, very well said, my brother. I kind of just want to touch on that 70%, Jay, and this is kind of where my mind was at. If that 70% of relationship issues that are not that cannot be that go unresolved, if that 70% are people who have reached a breaking point, I absolutely agree with it. And to kind of go with what Tay said. You place things on people, okay? You're placing these things on people that are bothering you, but you got to remember whatever you're placing on them is causing them to break down as well. So, yes, you're unhappy and you're taking that to that person, but you got to understand where they might be mentally as well. So, if there's no commitment, if you're not committed to trying to change either way, you know what I mean? If there's no effort to understand what the issues are anymore, and you reached a point where there could have been a time where you were understanding. There could have been a time where you were trying to figure it out. But if you reached a breaking point, it's like once you get to the point, there's no resolve, there's no logic anymore once you get to that point. So if that 70% are the people who get to that point, I can understand it. I've been in that situation where a breaking point was just hit. It wasn't no coming back after once we got there. One of us wanted to fix it. One of us wanted to fix it, but we were already at a point where it was not going to be fixed.
Oh no.
Was the effort there to try on one end? Yeah, 1 month, yeah, it was on their end. Another month it was on my end, but once we got to a point where neither one of us were there, yeah, it's definitely never gonna. It can't be resolved. So in that aspect, I agree with that 70%. But I do believe that things can be resolved if we just be what we call adults. If we're in a situation with somebody that we really care about, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, man, and this is something. Yeah, I say yes and no to this statement just because I agree with Tay. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you too, bro. Like I think this need to be edited a little bit. Tay did it actually in his sermon that he was talking. He did a little bit. He changed it from He changed it from solve to fix, and that's exactly what I would do. 70% of the issues in relationships are not fixable, but the reason they're not fixable is because of individualism. It's because of the person solely has the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have the problem bringing us down, then I can't fix that. That's the I feel Tay hinted to. Like, that's a formula that never worked. I don't understand. I can't have enough empathy or sympathy for you to change that issue. You know what I'm saying? If you have a jealous issue with me, right? If you have a jealous attribute and you just be jealous of me all the time, everything I do, you're just jealous of, then we're never going to get anywhere until you fix the jealousy. That's just,
there you go.
This is what it is. I can pad fix that jealousy as much as I can by giving you my phone, staying in the house all day, telling you I ain't doing nothing, but you still gonna be jealous. So that doesn't fix the problem. And one thing I looked at it I looked at it at an IT standpoint, man. You know what I'm saying? I work in IT, and anybody that works in the office, you know what I'm saying, if you want to help from the help desk, you got to submit what they call a ticket. You know what I'm saying? And the ticket could be a fixed ticket or a request or whatever. But that ticket, though, can be resolved even though that issue isn't. So just for the fact that you might want to fix something on your computer, I'll be like, it ain't fixable. We're just going to go ahead and replace the computer. But I resolved that issue by replacing the computer. I didn't fix the old one. I just resolved the issue. So, you know what I'm saying? So the issues can be resolved, but everything can't be fixed. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. That breaking point that Robert was talking about. If you get in a breaking point, I mean, I've been in that situation too where there was a breaking point and I cooperated with the breaker. You know what I'm saying? And nothing was going to be able to absolve it. But at the end of the day, like Jay said, you want in order for this jealousy that you got to be fixed, you got to do this. You have to first realize that you have a jealous issue, and you need to go ahead and do the things you need to do in order to fix that, because it's not my responsibility to fix you. Period. Yeah. So I'm 1,000% with you on that, Jay and Rollo.
Most definitely. To all our live viewers, everybody in the chat, if you agree with this unpopular opinion, 70% of issues in relationships go unresolved. Put yes or no if you agree with that unpopular opinion, man.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. My unpopular opinion. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, my unpopular opinion. There is no breadwinner in a relationship.
Okay, being the breadwinner in a relationship.
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship. You mean any man I'm with?
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship.
But would you be okay if you were?
I'm not. There's no man I know from you or he got a regular job. He work at a warehouse. He is the head of the household. He is the breadwinner. I will chip in as he see fit because he's the head. Now, this is the way I was raised. A lot of women not going to agree with me.
No, they ain't going to agree with that, Cheryl.
I'm cool if you don't, but...
They're about to tear you up, Cheryl. Let me say
tear me up, because here's the thing. Even if I make more money, it doesn't make me the breadwinner.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make me the breadwinner. It makes me the baby. What you say you want to do what? Or what you want for Christmas? You want a pony? Okay, nigga. I got you.
Cheryl, you know, like...
What?
The breadwinner, you know, that person has the larger voice in the relationship.
He's a man. He's going to have, this is what I believe.
But what if you got the money, you making the money?
No, this is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe I am advice and concurrence.
Okay.
He is the head of the household. Now, this is how I believe. The word did not originate with me. He is the head of the household. People need to start reading Ephesians. That's what I believe. I may be strong-willed, I may make money, but I'm not the head of the household.
Yikes. I mean,
hey, Lo,
I need some mind.
Do you
dog.
care to elaborate on this, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, man. First off, I appreciate Ms. Cheryl for that insight, because we don't hear it a lot from women. First of all,
ever.
ever really. You're right. So I understand. I understand. Unpopular opinion is. Do I agree with that? Mm, in the sense of how she explained it, yeah, I agree. And the way that and what she's talking about is that just simply respect. We've lost. There's been a lot of loss of respect. When it comes to certain things in relationships, there's been a lot of lack of respect for men because if we don't have certain things, that we're not doing certain things, we're not labeled as men. So in that aspect, I definitely agree with that unpopular opinion because she's talking about a foundational principle of building, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
So I agree with that unpopular opinion in that aspect, and I love hearing that. I think we have to get back to a little morality when it comes to what we're trying to build in our household with people. And I know me personally, I'm still in a process where I'm learning better how to be that person. I'm continuously trying to grow to be that person, but I know my mind is on when I find a person that I'm going to continue the rest of his life with. I want it to be built on us together. I want it to be built on both of us working together. I don't think there's enough of that being spoken about people working together. There's always what you bring to the table, what you bring to the table. Are you bringing more? Are you bringing more? I think there's a little bit too much of that going on. So it's good to hear that coming from a woman.
Mighty fine point, Grasshopper.
Appreciate it, bro.
Mighty fine point. Nice perspective.
This breadwinner concept, man, has been latched on to head of household. Right? I think. This is just me. I think is when they be like breadwinner, it's a nickname for the leader of the household or the project or whatever that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they link the two. They link for the fact that you earn the most, you have the most say. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like shareholders in the business, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how they try to work that. You know what I mean? But there's a certain type of natural hierarchy between men and women that people are trying to dispose because of ideas of money and status in this world. You know what I'm saying? Usually the guy is usually the head. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she was trying to relate to. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't anything that was built. Ain't nobody made that up as we went in our generation. That was already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? That's what she was relating to. Like, it's been like that. You know what I'm saying? She referenced about it been like that. You know what I'm saying? That setup was the setup, right? You know what I mean? Now, there's a lot of things to that, right? That can go several directions, right? That can go for the fact of, some men don't have the understanding of what that is. That's a fair argument. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a fair argument. You know what I mean?
Like separate, like divide.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a fair argument. Some people don't. You know what I'm saying? You get the reins.
Should have seen that one coming.
You get the keys to the office, and you telling you to run it, and you don't know how to run it. There's some guys that just don't, man. Like, I get that. That's a fair argument. You know what I'm saying?
Like incompetence?
Yeah, that's a fair argument. Like, I get it. But that doesn't change the hierarchy, though. It doesn't change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't. You know what I mean?
Hierarchy.
And so, I just, it's just weird. Now you have some women that will boast of themselves as breadwinners and head of household because they had to do it and they've done it and they've been successful in life and had to overcome and all that type of thing. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do that. Those women usually end up with their counterpart, usually a more submissive guy. Not usually a head. You know what I'm saying? You can't, that's going to clash. That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because of the hierarchy, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's okay. You do what you want to do. That's completely cool. But, you're going to end up with a counterpart. And what she understands is, as a woman, I know what that already is. So even if I make more, I bring in more, whatever the case may be. I know what the hierarchy is, and I'm staying right where I need to be. And that takes, you know what I'm saying? That takes diligence. You know what I'm saying? That takes care for your other person. You know what I mean? That takes a lot out of you. That's what makes a good individual, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? When they played their role exactly the way they need to play it. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I mean? That's dope. Like, a lot of people don't know what those roles are. And so they started mix and confuse them. They start basing it on stuff that has nothing to do with relationship, like money. It has nothing to do with the relationship between two people. It just don't. You know what I'm saying? But I can lose, you can win, you can lose, I can win. It doesn't matter between the connection of you and I. You know what I'm saying?
Too dependent.
You know what I mean? And so, resources. Right. And so, and when you enter into a household, then there's roles that we have. That's just what it were like that. Now, if you want to be an individual that flipped the role, don't expect this later. And that's a whole nother subject. I'm just gonna say it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect that later. If you want to be breadwinner as a female, fine. You want to actually get a submissive guy that just lets you go ahead and do your thing. But don't try to turn around and see, like, giving him a project and be like, why you don't take projects? See that you messing with the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You're not going to get the same results. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's just my take. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with her, actually, just to say it.
I must pontificate for a moment.
Spell that, bro. God damn it.
Lord Fowler agrees with both of your vantage points.
You see how you're going to ignore me, Jay?
I'm going to prove to you that I can spell a word that I know.
That he said, right?
That I said.
Hey, I see.
He ain't spelled.
Hey, I'm wearing the hat, bro. I'm wearing the hat. You're not gonna give me the spell.
Oh, I'm gonna mention the hat later. I wasn't gonna say that until later.
Okay, well, simmer down, Lagrassi. Dang.
I say it now.
Give me something. Give me a second. Let's see here. Let's go to the comments real quick. Latoya Cross says she pulled up Ephesians. She went to the word. B, what up? Shout out to B. She said a man being the head of the household was never predicated on riches. Hello. Husbands are called to spiritually lead their family. They must answer to God for how they cover their family in faith. Ooh.
Yes.
Breadwinner, by definition, means a member of a family whose wages supply the family's principal or only means of support. That doesn't mean that you're the leader of the household.
Let's go.
Big Cal went to National Geographic and said the male lion is the king of the jungle, but the lioness do the hunting. But when other males show up, the king does his duty to defend said lionesses. Facts.
Let's go.
You should have read that like my man was narrating on the National Geographic, though.
James Earl Jones got arrested. So
male lion is the king of the jungle, but the lioness do the hunting. But when other males show up, the king does his duty to defend said lionesses.
That's funny.
That's a big crocodile in this big crocodile. Oh my God, big crocodile, big croc. Listen. I agree with everybody. All right. I agree with everybody. I thought this was, I know it's gonna be unpopular because we live in this day and age where it's like if I got more money than you, then I have position or I have that hierarchy. Excuse me. And seeing that Jay bringing out the hierarchy and then Rollo bringing out the respect factor that had a foundational point to a principle to it. That's what's lacking and missing nowadays is the foundational principle of what a breadwinner is. Like her thing when she said advice and concurrence, I was like, yo, she was already in the pocket because she's not making the decisions. She knows that the last decision of this household has to go to my husband, has to go to the man. And it's his responsibility to be able to be a leader and to be able to make these decisions. If you're a man and you're not a good decision maker, then you might want to consult with someone that can help you with your decision making skills and kind of like iron sharpen iron type of thing. It's like a lot of times as men, especially in our masculinity, we just need it to be nurtured. It's there. Like it's there. It's just it needs to be nurtured. But you have to be a willing participant and be teachable and coachable, so that way you can become the man you should be. Men have a tendency, we have a tendency to try to do everything on ourselves and internalize and like do everything in here. And then when things are not going right, we shut down. You know what I'm saying? We go into a shutdown mode. We go into hibernation because Jay talked about computers. We hibernate. You know what I'm saying? The computer is on. You just can't see anything. Right. And so you got to start moving stuff around just so the screen can pop up. You know, that's how men are when we deal with situations. And sometimes it's good to take, you got to deprogram that and reprogram it to be able to say, hey, I can't do this alone. Let me go to an elder person, someone who has experience, someone that I can actually see some admiration, that I can admire, and then they can help me in this situation. I talk about Park Stewart all the time. I call him Pop. I mean, he's been my pop for over 20 years. He caught me at a time where, as a young man, I needed my masculinity to be nurtured. And it was nurtured at the right time. And now, being the man that I am from his tutelage as well, has caused me to be able to make some mistakes in my life, learn from them, and make better decisions after that. You know what I'm saying? We have a tendency to repeat behaviors and then be like, just nothing goes well for me. You keep doing the same thing. And this is the reason why it's not working well, because you keep doing it and you're not even trying to edit it. You're just doing it the same exact way you did it before. And then you try to do that with another chick and then the same exact way, and it don't work like that. So personal development as a man is super, super important, man. So I see you started a comment, though, Jay. Go ahead with it if you want to.
On mute, bro.
Sorry. I started, but I didn't know if you want to cue it in now or whatever
the case
may be.
You can.
I'll just pop it off. Big Cal Games gave us a Q&A question real quick. And by the way, since I got the floor for a second, we're gonna on the Mailroom show, we're gonna introduce new concepts and new segments to you viewers, and all of it's free game. So all of it's Q&A. If you have your own unpopular opinion or statement that you want us to dive into, feel free to hit us up in the comments, or hit us up on our email address. You know what I'm saying? The mailroom303@yahoo.com. You know what I'm saying? And make sure we're gonna have different segments and just different wild ways we're gonna grade y'all topics. But if you have any type of version of that topic or just something you want to talk about, hit us up at any time. You know what I'm saying? So this question here, right, has the concept. You tell you want to pull it back up. I don't know if you was finished. Has the concept of independent women killed the dynamic of the hierarchy due to independent women being breadwinners? The concept of independent women killed that dynamic of hierarchy? No. I don't believe so. I don't believe the concept of it. I think some women killed it.
Yeah.
But I don't think the concept did. You know what I'm saying? The concept of independence in itself is not a bad concept per man or woman. You know what I'm saying? To me, per man, I mean, and with the fluctuating economy that we live in 2025, most people have to be independent, even in a household that bears man and women. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they have to get their own funds. You know what I'm saying? That's what I relate to as independence. You know what I'm saying? Being able to establish your own worth by going and creating, you know what I'm saying, funds for yourself. You know what I'm saying? For your own health and survival, right? That's what I call independence, right?
Adulthood,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's adulting. Some people want to get claps for that. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that before.
I've never understood.
You want to get an applause because you're being an adult. You know what I'm saying? I make my own stuff. You're supposed to, man.
Never understood.
Woman. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, right? So
the
concept of independent women, I mean, that's a fair concept in this nowadays age. But that concept didn't kill the hierarchy, as you see from the video. Right? She makes her own money. More than he does, by the way. Right? But she's not killing the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, she's supporting it. You know what I'm saying? And that says more for her as an individual to do that despite she can do it all herself. She's willing to submit. That's the most powerful attribute. The willness to go ahead and stay in pocket of something and be not in control of it when you can at any moment shows your power and submission factor. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. That's why, you know what I'm saying, like when I seen this, you know what I'm saying, video, I was taken back a little bit because you don't hear this no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't. You know what I mean? Like, for somebody to have like it's almost equivalent to somebody having a busy schedule but taking time out to see how you're doing. That takes effort to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so if you want somebody to do that, that's pretty dope. You know what I mean? That shows a lot about that person. So no, I don't think in my idea that don't mind. You know, we get caught up in this terminology and we get caught up in these statuses, and that's what the people that invested in these terminology kills it. But these words ain't killing nothing. You know what I'm saying? These concepts ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on it, though.
Very well said, my brother.
For sure.
Busy, you want to answer that? The question?
Nope. That boy Jay cooked on that. He cooked that. He did that left hand. He did that left-handed man thing that he does, that left-handed Jedi thing. You know how left-handed people they think they have a different process. I love it. Every right-handed person need a left-handed friend. I'm telling you right now. All you right-handed people in the room, if you ain't got a left-handed friend, you're missing out on some good stuff. Okay, I'm just letting you know that right now. He cooked on that. That's all I'm saying.
Big fan. We got another question. I think it's a pretty decent one.
Mm-hmm.
Are there more deadbeat moms than there are deadbeat dads, or is it equal? Shout out to Deontay Menard.
That's a very interesting question.
Are there more deadbeat moms than there are deadbeat
That is
dads?
a very interesting question.
I'm
not touching that question.
Very
interesting question.
That's interesting.
That question. Let somebody
shout out to Deontay Menard.
Sure.
That's an interesting question.
Very fair.
Very fair question.
Very fair. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't really know how to respond to that. I don't.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. There's not. Just to if I think about it, as far as what I've seen, no. But there are. I know there are. But is it equal?
Yeah. To answer this,
answer if it's equal or more, I can't answer that. I know there are both on each side.
Right, and that's what I want to say. There's a lot of this type of scenario. There's a lot of that going on both ends. I don't know if. See, I'm gonna hit this a different angle. I don't know if the inventory of count gonna make someone individually feel better about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that again. I don't think that the inventory of count, which one is better, is gonna make you feel better as a gender.
Mm-mm.
So I'm not counting. I know that it exists, but I'm not counting. You know what I'm saying? What I would do is try to make sure I'm not in this scenario. Try my best to make sure that I'm not of this count, rather than try to find out which is which. You know what I'm saying? I think that, and no disrespect to the question, but I think sometimes when we get into camaraderie between each other, we miss the main idea. We have questions and theories about a lot of stuff that we don't need to address, but we leave the elephant stomping in the room for some reason. And I think the issue really is the cause of why this is, and that should be more of a controversy of talk than anything, rather than the inventory of count, because the count ain't gonna make you better. That's just my take.
Yeah. You gotta want to do something. You gotta want to be better at something in order for it to change. I don't think it's I definitely don't think it adds to the notion of parents not wanting to raise their kids by trying to decide who's doing it more, who's doing it less. We got to encourage the overall. Purpose, which is what Jay just said. Just focus on being that. If you're a parent, focus on being that, so you don't fall into it. That was dope. Man. Shout out to my brothers for that one, man, and shout out to the questions in the chat.
So,
if you have an unpopular opinion that you would like for us to discuss right here on the MALEROOM Show, please email us at themailroom313@yahoo.com, as my brother JB so eloquently stated earlier. Let us know what's up, and it will be discussed on this show. All right, that's what I mean. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another new segment, season 4 of the MALEROOM Show. Another new segment about to toss to you now. We are about to get into Here's the Situation, man. Let's go.
Asshole.
Yes,
for not giving my
fault. I was quick on the draw.
I'm sorry, we go right into it, man.
You gave right into
the ball. You turned around and gave him the ball. He just cuffed it and just was like,
"Did you?"
He was not gonna stop, bro. He was out of there. He was trying to coach the play still. We already hiked the ball. Like
I was ready to throw a touchdown. My bad. Want me go ahead? Want me set it up?
Yeah, set it up.
Oh, my bad. Because we did talk about that in the meeting. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shut up. My fault, y'all. I was ready to get into this because this is heavy. All right, this is gonna be heavy.
It is heavy.
This is gonna get heavy. This is a situation where you have, let's say, for instance, you've been working 2 jobs, supporting family, the whole nine, and your wife got $47,000 in the savings, ain't give you a dime. How would you feel about that?
Wow, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the situation.
There.
Right, here's the situation, dog. Let's go.
All right.
And sorry again for the pre-deceit. What happened?
Asshole for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling. I'm a 34-year-old female, have recently ran into a situation with my husband, who's a 37-year-old male, and I'm curious about if I am the asshole here or not. So me and my husband have been together for 8 years, married for 7. When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day escape fund if worse came to worse. My husband has never showed any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset. But the way my mother talked about it, it seemed like a no-brainer to have. When me and my husband, I really don't like that. When my husband and I got together, we agreed I would be a stay-at-home wife. We are both child-free, so that was never a concern. My husband made a comfortable mid-6-figure salary. All was good until about 2 years ago. He was injured at work in a near-fatal accident. Between hospital bills and a lawsuit that we lost, that ate up nearly all of our savings, I took a part-time job while my husband was recovering. But when he fully recovered, we transitioned back into me being unemployed, as my husband insisted that it was his role to provide. He currently is working 2 full-time jobs and Ubers on his off days to keep us afloat. Here is where I might be the asshole. I do all of the expense management and have continued to put money into my escape account, although I significantly decreased from $750 a month to just $200 a month. My husband came home exhausted one night and asked about downsizing because the stress of work was going to kill him. I told him downsizing would not be an option, as I had spent many years making our house a home, and offered to go back to work. He tried to be nice, but basically told me that me going back to work wouldn't make enough. After an argument, my husband went through our finances to see where we could cut back. He was confused when he saw that I had regular occurring withdrawals leading back years and asked me about it. I broke down and revealed my money to him.
My money.
Which now sits at about $47,000. After I told him all this, he just broke down sobbing. His point of view is that I treated him like a predator and hid money from him for years, even when he was at his lowest.
I told him that the money was a precaution I would have taken with any partner and not specific to him. He left the house to stay with his brother and said, I heard him on every possible level, but my mom says this is exactly what the money is for and should bail now.
I fucking hate them.
That's messed up.
I hate all of them. Anyone like that, I dislike you. I despise you. You shouldn't be married.
That's the situation, y'all. So they've been married for years, and she's been putting away escape money or escape account. And the escape account accumulated to $47,000, right? The man was making six figures, high six figures, middle six figures at one point. He gets hurt. The man is hurt now. But he gets better and well-bodied enough to work two jobs to try to sustain. The word in that she wrote in there was lifestyle. Okay? Lifestyle. To maintain the lifestyle that they had. She was able to put $750 away every time they got some bread. It went down from $750 to $200 because he had it down. He had to work two jobs to try to keep a lifestyle, and that's what it was. The escape account was created by her in the beginning of this marriage. All right. And all the way up until the point where he starts going into the finances, trying to figure out what's going on. What can we do to try to get this thing, get this ball rolling? And he finds out that recurring withdrawals are coming out of the account into a different, that's coming out of the account and going somewhere else. And she had $47,000. She watched this man work two jobs, had $47,000 in her own savings account. And now she's asking if she is the a-hole in the situation. So here's the situation. They like, yep, she is 1,000% in that.
Just the word escape in that scenario is sad.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that.
You on mute, Jay?
That's savage, ain't it?
Bro,
listen,
that wording?
I've never heard
savage, bro.
Escape money like you a prisoner, bro. Like, that's crazy.
It's the same thing as rainy day fund. It's the same thing as a side stash. Let me tell you something, man, from a perspective of a man that's been married before.
Escape.
All right.
This right here is classic. You was never committed in the relationship in the first place, one-on-one. And you took advice from your mother concerning you and your husband. You already violated everything off the top.
Burger and fries.
Burgers and fries with cheese, extra bacon, mayo sliding on the side of the bun. Then you have the nerve to put a fried egg on top of the damn thing. Okay, yeah, you want the whole kit and caboodle, the whole nine. So this is 100% 101. I'm not really committed. Escape money, bro. I've had conversations with both of you gentlemen privately. I've always told you. There are women. I'm not gonna say all because we hate if you say women, I'm just talking about these types of women. There are women who will say I do, but in their heart they're saying, but I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will you commit to this man? Yeah, I will, but I won't be broke with him. Better for worse. Mm-hmm. I do, but I won't take care of him if he gets sick, and sickness and health. I mean, if push come to shove, if I get bored in a relationship, then I gotta leave till death do you part. I do, but I won't. There are things that certain women are not going to tolerate, but they act like they committed. then they will use you, gentlemen, as a scapegoat and a reason for why they want to be on in the streets. You want to go back to dating a bunch of people at one time. You want to go back to all this stuff. This is what that is. Great point by Latoya Cross in the chat. Mama fed her daughter her own experiences and insecurities. There you go. See, this is the reason why in a marriage specifically, I'm not talking about a relationship and y'all live together and all that. I'm talking about marriage. In a marriage specifically, you don't let any third parties in your marriage. You don't take advice from people that you know. You don't take advice from your family. You don't do any of that. If you want a mediator, you should mutually talk about it and agree to it and do it yourselves without any biases in advice. Leave people out of your relationship. Stop talking to other people about your husband. Whether it be good or bad. Whether it be good or bad. Because if you talk about good stuff about him, then your girl want him. Not a guy like him. Your husband. That okay? Stay put. If you have an issue with your husband or your wife, go to them alone. Because this is not some, okay, we're going to see how this work out. And then if it just don't work out, we just get divorced and that's it. No, divorce is a stain. It's the felony levels of relationship. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've been divorced since 2015. When I tried to date again and I said I got divorced, I automatically cheated on my wife. I'm like, are you serious? First of all, I didn't even get a chance to bite my sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already a cheater.
Yeah.
But see, so that's another way of trying to find stuff out. That's a whole different conversation. However, you don't talk to nobody else about your marriage, man. Now let's bring it down to a relationship. You don't talk to nobody else about your relationship either.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Your homegirls, your girls, and your homies that you talking to, your girls, stop doing it. That is not the route to take. This woman was never committed to this man. She was committed to what he could provide. She was committed to what he could provide, a lifestyle. That's all it's about, is a lifestyle. I'm telling you right now. And I'm about to say this because I don't care. There are so many women out here that want to be taken care of like daddy's little girls from their husbands. From their boyfriend. You got a daddy issue. You need to talk to your daddy about that. I'm not your father. I'm not your father. I'm not taking care of you like you some little girl.
I know, dog.
Them women be quick to say that they want a partner. No, you want a father. You want a caregiver. You want somebody to take care of you like you a little kid. And that's why when you don't get what you want and you want to throw a tantrum, instead of you just falling on the floor and throwing a tantrum like a normal kid, what you do is you start blabbing your mouth to your girls and your boys about your relationship, and then they looking into it. Now they got information about your stuff, and now they like, dang, I can get up in there and do some things. You never invite people into your relationship ever. This is grown folk talk right now. This means that you have to take 100% responsibility. Even if the situation never changes, you still holding yourself accountable to the commitment that you said you had with that person.
Let's go.
So this is the reason why you got escape money. This is the reason why you got a stash for a rainy day, is because you're a child. You acting like a child. Just in case something happens. See, this is not an insurance policy. Marriage is not an insurance policy for a relationship.
Facts.
You have to be committed and intentional about the commitment that you said I do to. This is the reason why she made this escape money. And then LaToya Cross hit it on the head. Then she took advice from the person who got probably all the pain, scars, and insecurities in their life, their mama. Yeah. And their mama telling their daughter, you need to make sure you keep it, because a man, he gonna cheat on you. A man gonna do this and a man gonna do that. No, all the men that your crazy mama picked did that junk. She the one that picked low lives for a reason. And now she think your husband is a low life, but really he a stand-up guy. He been making 6 figures. Then the man get hurt. He working 2 jobs. You got $47,000 on the side, and you're not even gonna tell me you got $47,000. You see that it's killing me. You just watching me die. You don't care about me. You cared about what I could provide you. This is the reason why Chris Rock said women, children, and dogs are the only ones that experience unconditional love. A man is only loved on the condition that he provides something. Everybody looked over that because it was a comedy show, but that was 100% fact. This is how men feel. And when men start saying how they feel, everybody want to get upset. When y'all was on Sally Jesse Raphael, Geraldo, and Jenny Jones, and Ricky Lake, and all those shows, and y'all was doing all the talking, everybody had to just accept it. Well, now it's your turn to get this tongue lashing.
That's fast though.
That's my take.
Like that now, man.
That's the situation I'm on. That's my take.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's a lot of people, man. And he's right. He's definitely right, dog. That's definitely right, dog.
Own it. Shout out to my brothers, man. Shout out to that. That was dope. That was dope, Busy. Again, if you have a situation that you would like for us to discuss here on the MALEROOM Show, please email us at themailroom313@yahoo.com. You will remain anonymous if it's your personal situation. So just hit us up, let us know, and we will discuss it right here on the MALEROOM Show. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Hey, this has been so dope. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Is there some comments that we missed?
There was a couple left. I was just putting them up. I'm sorry. My bad.
Everybody was cooking.
Yeah, man. We wonder why trusts went down the drain, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's some men that's just rising up and saying they're just not taking this no more, and we're rather looking at every facet of it before we even commit to a woman. And some people taking that to the extreme by not, you know what I'm saying, by not doing this dating thing at all, bro. Like some men just not taking it no more, man. We're more criticizing of women than we ever have been before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's because of situations like this that causes that. You know what I'm saying? The man, he just don't have trust to give anymore. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be the sanctity of the relationship, but you go so far into a marriage and still deal with these shenanigans. So where is the trust in it? Where is the truth and investment in the idea? Like, and everybody's, you know, men are getting scared of it to the point they're saying, what's the worth? Why are we picking this up if all we doing is just exploiting us to get nothing back? You know what I'm saying? And some women would be like, you know, my body ain't giving you a kid. That doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, from a man perspective, that is not on the caliber of chart. Like, it's just not. You know what I mean? So it's like we at a place now that the camaraderie is at all-time low between men and women. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
And the only reason why we agreed to a season 4 is to shed light on why that is, in the hopes that it might help somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that is the reason. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we enjoy kicking it. We kick it all the time on our own. Ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? But we spent the time and the investment to, you know, to share some of these ideas that we have from our past experiences and also from generations before us that just told us the right thing. Because that's a dying thing, too. You know what I'm saying? There's no grandmas and grandpas no more telling you how to go. We are coming to be those people. And so the ones that just was freely given unto us, we freely given unto y'all. And that's just stuff that just makes sense. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, that was the situation. But You know what I'm saying? And that's the situation now. Is the trust is gone. I can't, you know what I mean? You just can't trust nobody no more. Even when you love and respect someone, you just don't know. And that's a horrible place to be in, but that is reality. So, you know what I mean? Every relationship has this taintedness now. Just be aware of it.
Yep.
Great point, brother. And Tay, that was an awesome situation to bring up for our first episode back, man. And you did a great job of diving into the just diving into everything involved in that, bro. Very well said.
I appreciate it,
Very
bro.
well said.
Appreciate it,
Man,
man.
we talked about a lot on this first episode. Again, I want to emphasize, thank y'all so much for continuing to rock with us. Thank you for being here. We dived into a lot. Friends with benefits. Understand that's an agreement. Okay, it's an agreement. All right. If there's any exclusivity involved, then it's not an agreement. So you cannot add to the contract. If you decide to go this route, you have to understand it. Okay. You can't add anything later. You can't try to shift anything around once feelings get involved. Because if open communication was in there, then you should understand this is what you want and this is what we're doing. Okay. If there's exclusivity involved, there's no agreement. Don't play a game if you don't know the rules. You know what I mean? We talked about an unpopular opinion. Michelle Underwood talked about there's no breadwinner. And me and my brothers, we agreed with it. But what the key was the foundational aspects that she was discussing. And my brother Tay mentioned understanding that was Jay. Understanding what she was talking about was understanding your role and getting back to the foundational things that build relationships. Okay, getting back to understanding where your place is so it can be strong. I think we gotta all get back to that. It's too much. What are you doing for me? What have you done for me lately in society today? And we gotta bridge this gap between men and women. Let's start working together a little bit more. I know me personally, me and my brothers, none of us are perfect. We've made mistakes, but the key is understanding what's more valuable. Okay, and just being better at understanding what's more valuable. You know what I mean? We talked about 70% of relationships, their problems go unresolved. If you get to a breaking point, they absolutely will not be resolved. But what's important is the willingness there to resolve them. Okay, is the willingness there to get to reconciliation. If that's there, you got it. Like I said earlier, I've been at a place where I got to a breaking point in a relationship and it won't get resolved to that point. But before you get there, what's the work you're putting in so you don't get there? And that just goes back to anything that kind of ties in with everything we talked about in relationships today. You got to put in the work. If you want to do it, you got to put in the work. You know what I mean? You got to put in the work. We love and that's Rallo's rundown, man. We love and appreciate y'all so much. Make sure you hit us up on all of our social media platforms, man. Make sure you hit us up Instagram at the Mailroom Network. Everything's at the Mailroom Network. Hit us up on Facebook, our Instagram, and of course, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Mailroom Network on YouTube, man. It's so dope being back. Thank you for everybody that's rocking with us. Thank you for everybody that's been here. And if you are new, welcome and continue to rock with us, man. Fellas, y'all got something for the people?
Good to be back, man.
It's good to be back, dog.
Let's take this all the way through, man. This is a hell of an episode, bro. We start like this.
One.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it.
We are out. We love y'all so much. The Mailroom Show is back every Sunday, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, man. Hit us up again on all of our social media platforms. Email us. You can give us a topic. You can give us an unpopular opinion situation, or if you just want to say what up, holler at your boys, man. We're very cool. I think we can.
Good job.
Yeah.
Y'all can just say what up. It don't gotta be show related. Just say what's up, fellas, and we love y'all so much. It's so good to be back. We will holler at y'all next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Mailroom Show. We out.